Hey again. So, like I said, number two, step two, however you want to word it. So, like I was saying about learning and growing, we will all look at learning and growing things by going online, right? Whether it be Google or whether it be another search engine or whether it be whatever. And that's where we want to associate learning and growing. We'll go pay for some masterclass from one of these gurus that we find online or something, or we'll go and whether or not we actually attract or whether we actually absorb the information or not is a different story, but that's because we're reading about it online instead of actually like going to the horse's mouth, if you will, to actually learn uh, something that's actually going to help push you forward, right? And so, what I've learned from a lot of these gurus online is you pay for their class, right? You pay for their information. And then what happens eventually is you find out that that guru that you actually paid money for, most of that information that you actually got or obtained is someone's perspective on the topic. Because then you go and talk to somebody and say, no, no, that's not right. This is how it is. And then you'll find out that, nope, that's not right. And this is how it is. And next thing you know, you have 50 perspectives, right? After you've gone through enough of that, you have 50 perspectives. And now you have to calculate everybody's perspective to put it into a syllabus that works best for you, right? So essentially, you bought information that may or may not do anything for you. And I too have tried some of these online businesses stuff, Spotify and all that, and I found out just how systematically unfundamental it all is. And I've looked at a lot of these online guru uh, formulated stuff that people will try to sell and try to like give people online, and I have seen just how fundamentally flawed it all is, because I'm able to dissect things for what, and I am able to see things for what they are. And it all kind of like went on a closed door. I had to walk away from all of it because of how systematically flawed it all was. How can you build something when you have 50 perspectives and now you're trying to build something for yourself, but then you find out how systematically flawed it all is? Because all you got was one person's perspective. Because then if you go to somebody else over here, they're going to give you a whole different perspective. And then if you got another person over here and they give you a different perspective, and like I said, you have it all written down in front of you, and now you're just like, right? So a lot of this online stuff is just it's garbage. A lot of it is just garbage. Sure, you might walk away with a piece of information, or you might walk away with a fact here or there and stuff, and you might walk away with something that can push you forward to something different. But in the long run, it really doesn't teach you anything. Sure, there are some people out here that are probably successful in it. Sure, there are some, but a lot of that stuff, it's short term. It's not long term. Now you're wondering where I'm going with this. What I'm going with this is learning is all about perspective as well. It's all about mindset. It's all about what it is that you feel in your heart and in your soul to do moving forward. And like I was saying earlier in the last video, is there's two paths. Which path do you want? Which path do you choose? The easy road or the hard road? And I found that this one over here has been a lot more fundamentally less flawed, because it's given me a lot more information that could put me in a better place in life. Yes, there have been a lot of rough patches, and there have been a lot of lessons that I've had to learn in the process, and there have been a lot of things that I've had to navigate through. But I learned something in the process. I learned something that some online guru couldn't do for me. Because a lot of them, they're just scammers. A lot of them, they will sell you something that's not true. And so you have to make the educated hypothesis, syllabus, however you want to word it, on what's true and what's not. There's that hard path. Just like when you're sitting in a classroom, right, up at some college, right, and you're going through your classes and you're doing your schoolwork and you're listening to what the professors are telling you. Do you just want everything handed to you? Or do you break that thing down and turn it into something that's going to work for you and turn it into something? That's what I'm trying to say here. It's not everything is always going to be easy. For those who think that this life is easy, you're going to have a rude awakening. It may last for a while, right? But eventually you'll see that that's just not the case. But the takeaway is don't be scared to learn. Don't be scared to grow. Don't be scared to have obstacles. Don't be scared to rise above what you don't know. Take it as an opportunity to learn something from it. Have an open mind. Think for yourself and don't think about what other people say, but think for yourself. Do for yourself. Learn that independence. So if that situation comes up, and you need to go back to what you learned, like a flat tire, right? If you're 3 hours from home and now you have a flat tire and you got to figure out how to change it, are you just going to call AAA, or are you going to grab that spare tire, and are you going to do the work? That's the growth. Your house needs cleaned. Are you going to grab a washcloth and some cleaner and go to town, or are you going to call someone up and say, "Oh, my house is dirty, I need help"? Right? Oh, I'm hungry, but I don't want to cook. I don't know how to cook. But I have pots and pans and I have a fridge full of food. Right? Go do some exploring. Go try things out. You'll never know. But I love you guys. Have a great night. Till next time.